Good evening. This is your boy, Brett Savage here, and today I am doing a reflection video on my latest project, this time in Unity. Now, basically, Unity is a game creation software, but we'll get to that here in a second. Let's get down to the basics of our project. So, here was the idea, okay? As you can see in the bottom, there is me, and there is the idea of the finished project in my little thought bubble there. I have a tendency to make a very grand idea of what I want in the future. So 4 weeks of hard work on Unity later, I get this. On the bottom is the actual result. It looks like just a brick, and to the left is a slightly disappointed me. However, if you apply the new information to future projects and stack them up, you will get the end result. So basically, this project was to get an idea of how to use Unity and get to create that grand idea I had for projects later on in life. So let's get down to business. Basically, I created a game in Unity, a 3D game. Unity is a game creation software. I basically created a sentient wrecking ball simulation. It wasn't what I had envisioned. I used Unity, obviously, as the base creation. I used MonoDevelop, which is a part of Unity. You create code within there. You use it to create code that you can use in Unity. So that, for example, you can move a ball, you can set a universal gravity setting. And finally, I used tutorials courtesy of Unity3D.com. They have a lot of tutorials on there. They have tutorials to create certain games. They have snippets of code on there that you can use. It's a great resource. So now we're going to go to our project plan here. As you can see, this project plan, back in my infancy of ideas with Unity, I wanted to create a Trump Tower Defense / Sir Punch-A-Lot, the two being mutually exclusive. Essentially, I had this idea where I either created a tower defense game. I really like those a lot. I created a tower defense game with Trump, because he is our meme of a president, or I create a game where I just punch things and it's a first-person view, both being 3D, of course. So now we are going to showcase the project. Let me pull up Unity here. Yeah, so a little change of plan. I learned this a few days ago. Unity actually deleted my first project. You'll have to take my word for it. It was great. Whether it's something that's easily fixed or not, I am not sure. I'm just going to open a new project so that I can show a little bit of what I learned in terms of the basics. At first it's going to look a little complicated. I sure thought that when I was getting started, but eventually I learned my way around. Essentially to your left here, you're going to have the objects that you have in the main creation area right here. At the bottom, you just have materials and stuff and scripts. The scripts you can create, the materials you can get from the asset store. They have a lot of stuff down here. So you essentially models if you're doing really 3D stuff with body parts and such. Up here you just have your game functions where you can play the game. Right now if you do it, it has the main camera but has nothing in there because we haven't created anything. To the right over here you have your modifiers, also called your inspector. You can change things based upon what you type in here. So basically, if I wanted to transform this directional light right here, I could either grab it and move it like that. You can see the Y and Z values changing as I move it over here. Or I can do it manually by typing in certain values here. And as you can see, if I type in 1, it moves it a little this way, and so on and so forth. Another thing you can do is create 3D objects. I mean, these are just basics here. Create a cube. You can move it up and down. You can change the size by using the transform tool, stuff like that. I am not going to be coding right now. because that's just going to take too long. The project itself took quite a bit of time, so I'm not going to try to recreate it in any way since I lost it a few days ago. I'm still mourning its loss. That being said, with the overview of the project, I believe that I have learned at least some of the basics of Unity. I have a general grasp of how it works. My next project will most likely be a 2D game. It takes away that extra dimension, so I won't have to work with as much. I can start doing sprite art and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a blast with it. And I'm really glad I had the opportunity to work with Unity and learn some of its basics. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.